Okay, so we're back, and in this part of the tutorial I'm just going to show you how to do some additional little tweaks to our banner just to make it a little more animated, and we'll mess around with some tweening and stuff. So pretty basic stuff, but it'll add a lot to this little banner. So go ahead and jump back into here, and the first thing that I want to do, actually, let me get rid of that. First thing I want to do is I want instead of the bar just showing up at the right percentage when we launch our movie, I want it to animate up. So in order to do that, I'm going to use Tween Light. And hopefully you guys already are using a tweening engine. If you're not, I think there's a load of tutorials on Tween Light and Tween Max on this website. So here I just imported Tween Light. And did you check out the code completion? That was amazing. Let me do it one more time. Wow. This is everything that's in my folder. That's great. Anyhow, okay, so instead of the bar just showing up at the right percentage, like I said, I want it to animate. So when the movie starts, I want the bar to be at 0. And then we're going to tween it up. So now we're going to tween it. Tween light dot to. Let's see, target is bar underscore MC, the duration is 1, and this code hinting is coming from Tween Light, and that is awesome. I think that's new in CS5. And then the bars, I want to tween the scale Y property, and I want to tween it to %. Okay, so bar underscore MC is going to start at 0. Then we're going to tween it to whatever percentage once we calculate it, okay? So why don't we go ahead and run that and see what happens. Okay. There we go. We can see it's animating up. Alright, so that's pretty nifty. The next thing I want to do is tween, instead of this percentage number just showing up and being at the right place, I want it to actually animate from 0 all the way up to where it should be. So the way that I'm going to do that is, first of all, I have to create an object that I can get to with Tween Light. So I'm going to do that. Bar, I'm going to call it %obj, and it's going to be an object. Okay. One sec. Okay. And so let me go ahead and initialize it down here. Tween %. Okay. Alright, so let me tween %object. Let's see, %object. Remember, I want it to start off at 0. Because we're going to tween it up. Oh yeah, like I said, you can tween any object, any value of any object with Tween Light. So we have to actually create a value for it. In this case, it's called val. It can be anything, num, whatever. %object.val equals 0 initially, and then I'm going to tween it to, and we're going to tween %obj. Sorry about that crazy typing. 1, and for the parameters or the vars or whatever, we're going to pass in val, because this is the value that I want to tween. So val, I'm going to tween it until it gets to %. Okay, so what happens when I run this? Oh, there's an error. Okay, so what I need to do is actually just say new object. Okay, so as you can see, nothing happens other than the error we had. And the reason is we haven't really told it how to display this information. So Tween Light actually gives you a method of doing that. So right here after val %, I am going to say on update. So what that means is that tweenlight, whenever you are running your tween, every time you update, I want you to run this function. So I'm going to call it update %text. Go ahead and move this, and so now we have to write a function called update %text. I'll just copy that. So function k void. Okay, so what do I want to happen right here? Why don't I just, for now, trace out whatever %object.val is. So this should show it updating as it tweens. And there we go. Okay, so let's see that one more time. Okay, as you can see, we're starting at 0 and we're getting all the way to 0.89. Alright, so how do we reflect this in our text? Well, we know that we're setting %.text, or I'm sorry, %_text.text up here. I'm actually just going to take that out of there because I don't want it to show up the right number initially. Show up with the right number initially. I'm actually just going to move this down here, and I'm going to take this and replace % with it, because %object.val is updating, and when we update this, when we run this tween, we're going to update the text. We're going to update %object, and then we're going to update the text. So let's see what happens when we do that. Okay. There we go. Let me do that one more time. You can see we start off at 0 and we get all the way to 89. Very, very good. Let me change this to 376. Okay, there we go. Let me run that one more time. Awesome. Okay, what else do I want to do here? You know what? I thought it would be cool if, instead of the percentage staying down here, it actually stayed with the top of the bar. So wherever the bar is, that's where I want my percentage text to be. Okay, we'll see what that looks like. So what I'm going to do is, when we're updating this, when we're updating the text, I also want to update the location of %text. So %_text dot y is equal to bar dot y. That means wherever bar is, minus, because we're going up, we'll be tweening it up, bar dot height. So as we're updating this, we're going to figure out where bar.y starts, which is down here, whatever number that is, and then we're going to subtract bar.height, and we know that bar.height is growing, so it's going to be changing every time, so hopefully this will give us a neat little effect. And, oh, I forgot I named it bar_MC. _MC. One more time. There we go. How about let's change this to, again, a high number, 700. We can do that. Run it one more time. 70%. Awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool. How about let's just code that button real quick. What did I call it? I think I called it donate_button. And so when we initialize it, what we'll do is say add listener to button. Okay, so donate_button dot add event listener. It's a mouse event dot click on donate click. Now we have to write our onDonateClick function. I'll move it down here. Function onDonateClick mouse event, and I think it actually went ahead and imported that. I guess that's a good thing. I usually don't if I'm just coding in the IDE and not in the document class, but that's cool. Void onDonateClick. Okay, so I'm gonna say trace, you know, I'm gonna donate $1 million. Okay. Also, since this isn't a button, I'm going to go ahead and give it the button mode. I don't know why. I never use buttons. I always use movie clips. Equals true. I just like them. All right. So one more time. Okay. Got our numbers changing. Make a donation is working. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you do some really cool things with some of these concepts, and I've had fun hanging out with you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.